Hello everyone, I am Yi Yang-zhong. Today I will be talking about the story of toxic ghost town Picher at the state of Oklahoma. The objectives today would be to understand the underlying story of Picher, identify the ups and downs of Picher, identify the cause of a contamination event, and understand lead exposure and health consequences. Here is the table of contents. We will start with a brief introduction and describe the timeline of the story, and then the demographics in Picher, as well as lead exposure and health consequences. Finally, we will end with a summary. This first picture on the left is a picture of a shaft at Black Eagle Mine. The middle is a comparison of Picher back then and a picture of what it looks now. In the top picture, you can see there are few vehicles, and I would say the city back then was prosperous. On the right, it is a geographic map of Picher. As we could view from the labeling in the map, it is for sure a place that is full of mining resources. Here, we would start with a brief timeline with the story of Picher. We will be going over the timeline in details. The town was first developed in 1913 and incorporated in 1918 by Picher Lead Company. During the year of 1926, it had come to the mining boom years, which many people have come to Picher seeking for opportunities. Picher was the most productive mining field in the Tri-State Lead and Zinc District, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, and produced more than $20 billion in ore from 1917 to 1947. More than 50% of the lead and zinc metal consumed in World War I came from the Picher field. By the year of 1967, as the lead and zinc mining ceased, the pumping water from the mines also ceased and began to fill it with water. After years of water accumulation, this contaminated water began to seep from the mines in 1973. And in 1983, the Picher area became part of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Superfund Site program and remains the #1 Superfund site in America. As recent as 2006, Picher, Oklahoma still has around 1,000 residents. In 2008, Picher had experienced a EF4 level tornado. The government decided against aid to rebuild homes to promote evacuation plans. Within a year, every resident had received a buyout check from the federal government, along with the warning that they'd better tell it out of the town as soon as possible because Picher was a toxic dump affected by lead contamination. And by the year of 2009, nearly all residents have been assisted relocated, and Picher has been identified as a dangerous area by EPA. Here is a line graph reflecting the fluctuation of population residing in Picher. As we could see from the graph, 1920 is when the town is newly developed and incorporated, followed by years of influx of people to the town of Picher. By the year of 1926, it reaches the peak population of 14,252 in the history of Picher. When the mining boom fades away, the population living in Picher has been decreased. As of 2010, according to the U.S. Census, counted a population of 20 within the boundaries of the former town of Picher. The racial makeup of the city was 76% white, 14% Native American, 1% Hispanic or Latino, and 9% from 2 or more races. As we can tell from this pie graph, the majority of population was white. According to the U.S. Census in 2000, there were 1,640 people residing in the city. Among the population, we could easily view that the age under 18 has the greatest makeup of the population at Picher. This could be really problematic as children are far more sensitive than adults in terms of lead exposure and would seriously harm a child's health. As earlier studies have revealed that 34% of the children in Picher have elevated lead level in their systems, resulting in the potential for brain damage. Keep it in mind that the safety level is less than 3.5 microgram per deciliter of blood. Exposure to lead can have a wide range of effects on the child's development and behavior. Even when exposed to small amounts of lead, children may appear inattentive, hyperactive, and irritable. Children with a greater lead level may also have problems with learning, reading, delayed growth, and hearing loss. The chart shows the data from CDC for childhood blood lead surveillance data. It is clear that the incidence of early childhood lead exposure has been decreasing, while the lead exposure to children remains as a public health problem in the state of Oklahoma. So let's end with a summary. Picher was once popular due to the lead and zinc mining boom. In Picher, the contaminated water from lead and zinc mine leads to further soil contamination and making Picher became a toxic dump. Nearly all the population evacuated by 2009, Picher remained as a U.S. Superfund site. And most importantly, early lead exposure to child could lead to serious health consequences. Here are the references of this video, and thank you for watching.